The 200 meters is getting ridiculous, and 18-year-old Tate Taylor just proved it by beating an Olympic champion on a professional Diamond League track, not a high school meet. Only 2 teenagers in history have ever run faster than he just did. Where things are about to get even crazier, the World Junior Championships are here, and this is one of the biggest stages in track and field. Every teenage star in the world is chasing gold. But right now, one name is louder than all the rest: Tate Taylor. A few weeks before this meet, Taylor lined up at the Prefontaine Classic in Eugene, Oregon. This is not a junior race. This is the Diamond League, where the best professionals on the planet compete. Standing across from him was Letsile Tebogo, the reigning Olympic champion in the 200 meters, along with Makanakaishe Charamba, a strong senior runner from Zimbabwe. Taylor was still in high school, and this was his very first Diamond League race of his life. The gun went off, and Taylor was only 4th around the turn. He was running out of lane 3, which is not a lane sprinters want. It has a tighter curve than the outer lanes, which usually means a slower start. But coming off the bend, Taylor started closing. He passed one runner, then another, and with less than 60 meters left, he caught the leader. By the finish line, he had done the impossible. He beat Tebogo by 0.18 seconds, crossing in 19.75 seconds into a headwind strong enough to slow most sprinters down. Tebogo took second in 19.93. An 18-year-old just won a Diamond League final against an Olympic champion. That alone is a massive story, but the number itself is where things get even crazier. To understand why 19.75 is such a big deal, you need to look at history. Only 2 athletes under the age of 20 have ever run faster than Taylor. One is Arian Knighton, who ran 19.49 back in 2022, though that mark was never officially certified. The other is Australia's Gout, who ran 19.67 earlier this year. That's it. That's the entire list of teenagers faster than Tate Taylor. And here's the part that made headlines everywhere. Taylor's time is faster than Usain Bolt ever ran as a teenager. Bolt's best 200 at age 17 was 19.93. Taylor, at 18, just ran nearly 0.2 of a second faster. 0.2 might not sound like much, but in the 200 meters, that's the difference between a good race and a legendary one. Taylor didn't even realize it at first. After the race, he said he had no idea he had passed Bolt's mark until someone told him. His reaction was simple. He just said it was pretty cool. Now let's talk about how he got here, because this wasn't a random breakout. Taylor has been dropping his personal best over and over throughout the year. Back in the spring, he ran 20.05 to break the American high school 200-meter record, a mark that had stood for a decade, set by Noah Lyles back in 2016. A few weeks later, he ran 19.94 to win the national junior title and break his own record again. Then he did it a 3rd time at the Prefontaine Classic, dropping all the way to 19.75. Every time he stepped on the track, the bar moved. Compare that to Lyles. As a high schooler, Lyles never ran under 20 seconds. His personal best back then was 20.09. Taylor has already run under 20 seconds multiple times this season alone, and every one of those times is faster than anything Lyles ran at the same age. That comparison alone tells you how rare this is. What makes his Eugene performance stand out even more is the way he ran it. Through the opening 100 meters, Taylor was not the fastest man in the field. He was actually behind several runners at the halfway mark. But his closing speed was the difference. Sprinters call this the second 100, the part of the race where fatigue usually catches up with everyone. Instead of fading, Taylor got faster. That kind of finish, especially against grown men who have already been to the Olympics, is what separates a good young runner from a generational one. To really appreciate how fast this season has moved for him, look at where he started. As a freshman in high school, Taylor ran the 100 meters in 11.25 and finished 5th in a small local meet. That's a decent time for a beginner, but nothing that predicted what came next. Every season after that, his times kept dropping, year after year, race after race. By this year, his senior season, he had already broken his own 200-meter record twice before he ever stepped foot in Eugene for the Prefontaine Classic. This wasn't a kid who suddenly got fast overnight. This was years of steady progress that all came together at once. Taylor is running both the 100 and the 200 at the World Junior Championships, which means there's a real chance he could go under 10 seconds and under 20 seconds in the same week. That double has only been done by a handful of sprinters in history at any age, let alone as a teenager. And the location matters too. Hayward Field in Eugene has become something like Taylor's personal stage. Both of his national high school records were set on that same track. Now the World Junior Championships are being held there as well, on the same surface where he just beat an Olympic champion. If there was ever a place for him to do something special, this is it. There's also a bigger picture here. Track and field is going through a stretch where teenage sprinters are rewriting record books across the board. Gout in Australia ran 19.67 earlier this year and became the fastest U20 sprinter alive at the time. Ariane Knighton ran 19.49 back in 2022, though that time was never officially certified as a record. Now Tate Taylor has joined them, and he did it by beating a full field of grown professionals, not just other teenagers. The event is producing young talent faster than fans can keep track of. For Taylor personally, this couldn't come at a better time. He's already committed to run at Texas Tech, but before he even steps on a college track, he's already beaten a reigning Olympic champion and climbed into the top 3 teenagers to ever run the 200 meters. Most athletes spend their entire careers chasing a moment like that. Taylor did it before he finished high school. So what happens next? The World Junior Championships give him a chance to prove Eugene wasn't a one-off. A win here, especially with a fast time, would silence anyone who thought his Diamond League performance was a fluke against a tired field. And if he somehow finds another gear, given how his season has gone, nobody would be shocked. The bigger question hanging over all of this is where his ceiling actually is. He's 18. He hasn't even started college. Bolt didn't fully explode until his early 20s. Lyles took years to become the dominant force he has become. If Taylor is already running times like this, beating Olympic champions before he's even out of high school, the next few years of his career could be must-watch television. Track fans have seen young phenoms come and go before. Some flame out, some take years to develop, but very few walk onto a Diamond League track for the first time and beat the best in the world doing it. Tate Taylor just did that in Eugene, and now he gets to do it again on the biggest junior stage there is. It's also worth remembering how Taylor reacted after the biggest win of his life. He didn't celebrate like someone chasing fame. He gave credit to his faith, thanked the people around him, and admitted he was still processing what had just happened. That kind of composure after beating an Olympic champion says almost as much about him as the stopwatch does. It suggests someone who isn't just fast, but built to handle the pressure that's about to come his way as more people learn his name. What do you think happens at the World Junior Championships? Does Taylor take gold in both the 100 and the 200? Can he get back under 19.75? And how fast do you think he'll be running once he actually gets to college? Drop your predictions and let's see who gets it right.